Well, hi there, and hi there, and hi there, everybody. I am making a one pot meal today, and it's for an open collab, and I wanted to show you this first. Hashtag What's for Dinner, y'all, at Kimmy's Kitchen and More. And so, what this is going to be, let me just tell you first, my name is Kendra, and my channel has lots of hauls from thrift stores, grocery stores, craft stores, any stores I can get my mitts on, and garage sales too, because 'tis the season. And so, if you're new here, welcome, welcome. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Let me start by saying goulash is different in just about every kitchen, even within families. So don't come at me. If this goulash isn't your goulash, this is going to be my goulash today. Okay, it's a one pot meal, which makes it wonderful. Another reason I love this is because I took frozen ground beef from my freezer that had already been cooked and put into a baggie, which just cuts my workload. I know it doesn't take a lot to fry up ground beef, but this had already been defatted and everything, and it's perfect. All I had to do, well, let me show you. Okay, I have a Dutch oven here, and all I did was add some olive oil, like about a tablespoon and a half of olive oil so that it didn't stick to the pan too much, but it's okay if it does, because you can deglaze your pan when you start adding the liquids into this, and it'll be wonderful. So, I should tell you too, I had 1 pound of ground beef, just plain cooked, and 1 pound, no, it was about a half pound of ground beef that I had used for tacos 3 months ago in the freezer. So it has a slight taco flavor to it. Obviously, that is not typical in anybody's goulash. Maybe it is, not in mine. So I wanted to stretch the meat, and I wanted to make that ground beef get used up before it got freezer burned. If I'd thought about it last night when I made the guys nachos for dinner, I would have gotten it out of the freezer then. But I didn't. So I wish I had a better system. I wish I weren't so lazy. I'd get everything out of my freezers, several of them, and make a catalog. That would be the ideal thing to do. So we'll get on with it. I've got this ready to go. These are the only fresh vegetables I'm going to use: onion, celery, and carrot, and not a lot. And the carrot is just to add some sweetness, and of course onion and celery are to love. So there you have that part. I'm going to do that. And here, this is how small those carrots are going to be. Okay, so I'm almost done with the carrots, and I wanted to also add this. If you have veggie haters, carrot haters, maybe don't even use the word haters, but people, children mostly in your family who dislike carrots, when this gets done cooking, it's going to absorb the flavor of the tomatoes and the beef. It's also going to turn a different color. It's going to look red like the rest of the stuff in there, the diced tomatoes I'm going to add. So they may not even know it's there. It certainly isn't going to taste like just a cooked carrot anymore when it gets done. When I was little, and even to this day, I'm not a fan of just a plop of cooked carrots on my plate. My poor daughter made some wonderful, I'm sure, like honey glazed, wonderful carrots for a holiday dinner once. And she knows that I don't eat carrots. And so I was like, just not going to put that on my plate. I wasn't saying anything about it. She said, "You've got to try these. I know you'll like these." And I still, I said, "Yeah, I can taste carrot." Cooked carrot's not that great for me. Anyway, I never grew out of that. So there's that. I was an odd child, and I've grown to be an odd adult. I just wanted to share that with you, and here's the other odd thing about me. I wouldn't eat goulash at all when I was a kid. I don't know that it had carrots in it. The reason I wouldn't eat it or try it until I was much older, well, not much, like say 11, maybe 10, 11, 12, like in there. Then I did eat it. The reason I didn't eat it before is because of the word, believe it or not, nothing more than the word goulash, which to me sounded like a ghoul and mashed mush. Isn't that the most bizarre thing you ever heard? If that's not just a little bit Asperger, I don't know what is. You know? And so my kids didn't fall far from that tree, in my opinion. Okay, so here's that. Okay, I have turned my heat back on, or at least I thought I had. Now I have, just on real low. I added celery, carrots, just a little bit of garlic. My diced tomatoes have some garlic in them, one of them, so I'm not going to overdo it. A lot of onions because we're onion lovers, and some Italian just seasoning, Italian seasoning. What's in Italian seasoning? If I had my glasses, I could tell you. Let's see. Hold it way out. Marjoram, thyme, rosemary, savory, sage, oregano, and basil. There you have it. Okay, I'm going to mix all this in together. And I'm going to go and see what else I'm going to put in this. I'm going to take a still of the ingredients. What you see and what I use may not end up being the same thing in that picture. I just want to soften these some. If you got this far and you haven't ever considered subscribing, or maybe you considered it and just kept forgetting, you can do that anytime in the video. I would love to have you as a subscriber and a friend. And always feel free to give me that thumbs up in a comment. I've got this going and it's starting to soften a little bit. I'm going to add 1 can of green peppers and onions, and that's, you know, just in a can. The whole thing, juice and all. And then this is the reason I didn't add a whole lot of garlic. This already has garlic in it. What I did was I took what I had out of my pantry. So, you know, it's one of those, use what you got. You could probably find ingredients for this in a pinch if you have a well-stocked pantry, if you're able to have a well-stocked pantry. Not everyone has the means to do that. But in this case, I had what I needed. Here we go. I'm going to now put something else in. All right, I'm going to add some water to this with the rest of my garlic. I didn't want to waste any. So there, I get the last of that garlic out of that jar. Worcestershire to taste. That's probably a tablespoon, maybe. I just added sea salt and this black pepper, peppercorn grinder pepper. And the reason for the sea salt is that's what I had on my, you know, shelf. I forgot, add a little bit of sugar. Call it a tablespoon. Takes care of the acidity in the tomatoes. Give that a stir. You know, I say Worcestershire sauce, but I sure think it's funnier to say Worcestershire. I said that one time on one of my videos, and somebody said, no, it's Worcestershire sauce. Yeah, I know that. I was trying to be funny. Okay. All right, it's simmering away. I'm going to add 2 cans of beef broth, and these cans are 14.5 each. Okay, now we're cooking. There we go. It's nice and colorful, and I'm going to let this simmer for a while so that we can dissolve some of these. Oops, I almost dropped my spoon. Caught it with my hand, the business end. Anyway, I'm going to let these veggies soften, like the carrots and stuff. And then when that's happened and it's just all the flavors love one another in there together, then I'm going to add pasta. Moved this back to my smallest burner in hopes that it would, you know, just cook on low. I have a propane stove with flame, you know, and so it's harder for me to regulate that flame and temperature than it was when I had an electric oven. Not that I'm complaining, I love this oven. So this would be a good time to fess up that I forgot to add a can of tomato sauce. This is just 1 can of, let me see, how many ounces? My glasses are missing in action. 15 ounce, I think it said. All right. Stir that in and cover you back up. I want the carrots and the celery and the onions to be together with the meat sauce and all of that. Now, I was also going to say that, what was I going to say? Forgot. My mind doesn't go in 100 ways like it used to. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I'm trying not to cook for an army. Dishes like this, it's easy. So I need to learn to buy smaller cans. And I did just do smaller amount of veggies. But, you know. Oh, I'm not going to use a whole lot of pasta, but I will bulk it up again at the end with more bulk is the pasta. So I'm sure they'll eat it left over. It'll be fine. Before I go, I want to say thank you to Kimmy's Kitchen and More for hosting. And you, if you want to join this, just any day you want, it's not a special day, upload with hashtag What's for Dinner Y'all and at Kimmy's Kitchen and More. And then let her know, and she'll probably get tagged when you do that, but let her know too that you participated maybe for the first time, and then she'll get to know you and put you in the playlist. I'm not sure how that happens, but I think that's how it happens. And I thank you for watching my video today. And if you got this far and you haven't yet subscribed, I would love to have new subscribers. I don't mean to nag. Well, yes, I do. Take care, y'all. Yeah, what's for dinner, y'all? She's got me doing it now. Take care, y'all, and have a great evening and a great dinner. Bye. All right, it is 4:06 in the afternoon, so I could have kids coming in anytime from now until later. So I'm going to put in 2 cups of macaroni and give it a stir. Oops, some of it stuck. There. Give it a good stir and just let it go until, go by your package directions. I should have probably done that, but I'm going to just eyeball it and give it a taste here and there. And so, like any pasta dish, you want to just maybe have it al dente. If I find that I need more liquid in here, then I've got this can that this looks like tomato sauce, but I just put some water in a can that had some in the bottom. So that's how that'll go down. And I'm going to serve this with some garlicky bread, I think. Hey, I'm going to serve it with this, but I was going to say, if you're going to do like a budget meal, you could do what I used to do when I had a house full of little boys and money was a lot tighter. I used to go to the bread outlet store. I don't know if everybody has those in their area, but we have one town over. And I would get, the cheapest white bread that they had, and it would be a lot less than the bread that you get in the grocery store. And I would, just butter that and put some garlic on it, and they don't know the difference, to them and to mom and dad too. It was just as special as anything. It's bread. And so that's one way that we would cut costs. And then this meal stretches really far. So you can put as much pasta or as little meat or as much water as you need to put in. You can really work with this recipe. Okay, it's done. When the pasta was al dente, according to the box, you can find out when yours will be, meaning not mushy, not hard, but just going to be tender. I turned off the fire and I put the lid onto the pan and I just let it absorb, and it thickened up beautifully. I used 1/4 of that can of water and tomato juice, and so now it's ready to serve, and the bread is ready too. That bread toasts up really quickly. And here we go. And that's what it looks like. Now, if you want to, you can put a little cheese on this. My favorite cheese to do is grated really thinly, like a cheddar mix. Maybe Colby cheddar, cheddar Colby, Colby Jack, like that. So, whatever cheese you dig is what you would use. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and that is that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hosting this at Kimmy's Kitchen and More. And see you all tomorrow.